You lift me off of the ground. I close my eyes and I wait for the come down. I used to live in the now. Now I'm wiser to think that we are bulletproof. Teens with thicker skin, now we just bruise. We were hopeless and we're hopeless now. But I remember we threw our fists in the air singing. I remember when we were kids, never scared, yeah. And the sky went dark, we used our hearts to guide us. You showed me you care. And I remember, yeah, I remember. Now, but I remember we threw our fists in the air singing. I remember when we were kids, never scared, yeah. And the sky went dark, we used our hearts to guide us. You showed me you care. And I remember, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the final week of season 11 is upon us. Week number 8. We've already played Challenger and Rising Star. Both of those leagues got streams. How about that? High fives all around for that. But this time, it's going to be an even better set of teams. We've got some Premier action. Final week of season 11. Let's hear it for season 11. Let's hear it for week number 8. Zoms, how are you doing on this beautiful Saturday afternoon? It's 2:54 and we have a lot to talk about.
Indeed, Stewie, and I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. We got a long stream ahead of us planned for the final week, and we got Premiere, and I'm a little bit excited because I'm gonna be playing later down in the day.
Are you making your debut? Is this your debut?
I am making. Yeah, this is gonna be my premiere debut.
Might
get a little ugly out there. But listen, we're gonna try our best. But getting into things, this is our schedule for the rest of the day. We got the St. Cloud Flyers and the Brainerd going up first. Should be a tight match as they're the 5 and 7 seed. Right after that, we got the Bloomington Maulers and Omaha Buffalo. And closing out the night, I'm on the Rochester Rhythm going up against KC. We'll try our luck out there. Stewie.
I wish you the best of luck. Zoms, I will say though, there's one thing that we can't glance over. You're making your premiere debut. Last match of the day. It's on stream. How are the nerves doing?
Oh, I'm honestly chilling, It's just like last season. People know. The Zom sub up streak will continue. Last season, absolutely, you just kind of go into to have some fun, and hopefully that'll play into our victory. I got to have some confidence going into this, but we are currently the 9 seed, so this is kind of an important match.
Yeah.
I would love to come out of it with a win, if possible. But looking at the points here, falling into our last week here, we only got a few more matches to be played. I believe that Duluth Superiors team has already played, so we're looking at that's the big upset that can happen right now. Omaha in the 3rd seed want to take over that 2 seed because, Stewie, we got an interesting format going into Major 2
Yes,
here.
we do. And obviously you see at the top, Bemidji, 43 points. They are locked as the 1 seed. They cannot be overtaken. They have already played this week against Duluth and they got swept by Duluth, but it doesn't matter because I have those points for Major number 1. But yes, an important time in the season because, like you said, Omaha, they do play in that 2nd series against Bloomington like we saw. They can overtake Duluth with a win in any form. A game 5, a game 4, a game 3 sweep. It does not matter. And obviously that will affect what's to come later on, and that being our beautiful Major 2 group stage. For Premier, they're not doing a Swiss. They don't have enough teams. Only 10. 2 groups of 5. It'll be like the FIFA E that we did, but except for best of 3s, Zoms, we're doing best of 5s. So you're going to play each team in your group 1 time in a best of 5. It's going to take quite a bit of time, but luckily we have 2 weekends to do the whole thing. So should be fun. But bottom 2 in each group are eliminated. So that's a change from the last time in FIFA E. The bottom 3 in each group were eliminated. So top 6 make that Major 2 bracket. You get 2 points per game win. So the max points you can get is 48 in the group stage and in bracket play. Top 2 teams will select the groups after the Premier Week 8 stream. Now, how that will work is something so simple as this. you have the two groups, Group A and B, and right now you have the respective 1 and 2 seed in each group. Now, more than likely, it will be Bemidji in Group A, actually, and Duluth in Group B. Now I think about it, those are probably flipped. That's on me. But regardless, we will fix them after the stream when we actually get to this selection process. But you see the available teams on the bottom. You have Green Bay, Bloomington, Omaha, Kansas City, Des Moines, St. Cloud, Brainerd, and Rochester. Now, you can select any team. I am working to confirm if it's a snake selection, Zoms. So, for example, if Bemidji selects a team first, Duluth would then select 2 teams, and then Bemidji would select 2 teams, and then Duluth would select. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
It wouldn't be 2. It would be 2-1 or 1-2. We'll figure it out when we get to it.
Yeah,
but that'll be at the end. But
2-1.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So that's how that will work. But Bemidji technically will be in Group A, not Group B, but it really doesn't matter. They're just groups.
Yeah.
We'll fix that though at the end of the stream. We got a couple minutes before the match starts here, so just waiting on these guys to get in. But they do have lobby info, so we'll get them into the lobby as soon as humanly possible. But yeah, group stage. This is how it will work, and it should be a ton of fun, Zoms. I'm excited to see what happens because it's always a blast because you're sitting here wondering, how are you going to select your group? If you're the 1 or the 2 seed, who are you going to pick in your group? Are you going to pick the bottom tier teams? Probably, because you want wins. But at the same time, are you going to pick a team like St. Cloud, who made a roster move and now are working their way up the board? We're one of the bottom 2 teams for the longest time, made themselves up into the 7 seed now. So, do you want to do that? I don't know. But
there could be some interesting that happens to me because what if instead of picking like the worst teams, if you're already qualified for LAN, why not try knocking out those people that are a little bit higher up that you're a little bit maybe more scared of, but you can try knocking them out. But as you were transitioning into, we already got our Rising Star and Challenger brackets kind of made, sort of. Rising Star is pretty much set in stone here. The only things that can flip are the 8 and 9 seeds. So this is pretty much set.
Yep.
So if you're in Rising Star, take a look at this. This is a lot of implications right here. This is a lot of Rocket League, but Swiss Stage, take a look at your matchups, everybody.
Yeah. And the only thing, like some said, that can change is that matchup in the very bottom, Burnsville and Bloomington. They can swap seeds around, but they can't technically go up or down a spot. Minneapolis and Burnsville actually have a match in 2 days. That will. It doesn't have any implications for Minneapolis. Even if they win it, they're the bottom team in the league. Even if they win it, they can't get any better. And Burnsville, even if they do win it, the only thing is they would go to the 8 seed. It doesn't change their matchup. So this is technically correct. But Challenger bracket. Now this is a little bit different. There is a match that we are waiting on. It was kind of lately rescheduled yesterday. They just put in the reschedule today, so we're kind of loading it up, wondering, what's going on here. But we'd have to look at. I believe there can be a couple swaps here depending on who wins it. Now the match in question is Kansas City and Des Moines, and those two are the 9 and 10 seeds. And I believe if Des Moines wins it, they hop them. If Kansas City wins it, they don't move up. So realistically, those are the two that could change. It would change around Bloomington's matchup. They could possibly play Des Moines, and then Kansas City could possibly play Minneapolis. So realistically, it just swaps around those 2 bottom 4 groups there. All right, we got to get back over to us to make our predictions for this series. St. Cloud and Brainerd in the first one. Soms, I have to ask, you got St. Cloud on the blue side, Brainerd Victory on the orange side. Now, Brainerd Victory have been more consistent team all season, but St. Cloud is an up-and-coming team that has won a lot of games in a row. They got a lot of points to show for it. 7 seed. I'm going to go ahead and make my prediction right away. Give me the St. Cloud Flyers. I believe this is going to be a win for them.
I actually think that team is really good right now. They just took down the 1 seed in a pretty dominant fashion. I believe, I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I heard straight from Mogi that they got completely destroyed by this new variation of this roster. Now, whether that is honeymoon phase or not, I'm not entirely sure. But I have a really hard time predicting against this Brainerd team. Even despite a new change putting in Katamak in the roster, oh man, I'm torn. I really am. I am going to lean. I'll split the desk. I'm going to split the desk. I'm going to go towards Brainerd. I think this is going to be a good match either way. I do see it potentially going either way. I think both these teams are really freaking good. I think they both have their fair shot of winning this, but I think it'll all be decided out on the pitch, Stewie.
Here we go. Game number 1 is loading on up. The players have joined the lobby. The engines are rolling. The gas is all filled up in those cars. And the Flyers trying to get even farther up on the points board that they are. 22 points on the season. They started off very, very slow. You start to question Fusion Bleach and Wolf, 2 that have had so much success in the MCS and have been consistently 2 of the players who are consistently on winning rosters. Now, what in the world went wrong at the start of the season? I don't know. You pick up Calster, though, and you start winning games. So maybe that's your key. But an opening goal for Brainerd really throws a wrench in things to start off, Sobs.
Yeah, this is a good, way to start off this series, but a little bit of a double commit in the corner is going to lead them off to a hot situation. Wupik has to make a read. He does. Fusion all over it, but Wupik's back to it. Whitlock diving in for a 50-50. This ball's going to fly across the box, but no one's there to respond. Calster, well-timed challenge, and I mean, this could really go either way, like I said before. Oh my goodness. I know a lot of these players, these guys definitely want this. Even if this doesn't have, I'm not entirely sure if this match has entirely huge implications for seeding, but either way, this would be a big win. Kato back, getting back to the scene, and there's been a couple Kato Mag doubters. I don't know how you can doubt this guy. He has been disgusting for so long, dominant, and he's proven it once again, making it 2.
And I don't know how much this does change things. I think even if St. Cloud does win it, they would go up to the 5th seed. They would tie Green Bay, and Green Bay's already played their series, so Green Bay's seed could change depending on if St. Cloud does win this. So this does improve St. Cloud's seed, but it also throws a wrench in things of, you lower Brainerd down that board even more, and suddenly teams are thinking, oh, I want to pick Brainerd in my group. I want to put them in my group, which, I mean, if I had the opinion, I wouldn't do it, but if I was picking teams, I wouldn't pick this St. Cloud team. Just how competitive of players they have on their roster. They're 3 players who, I mean, it may not seem like it, but regardless, if they're having success, they're all are willing to put in the time to go out and win series. But it'll be interesting for sure how they handle a 2-goal deficit now. Looking for 3 is Brainerd, and they're on the doorstep, almost making their way through. But again, the ball finds midfield, and we finally have a clear. We get to sniff the orange side of the field for just a couple seconds, Soms, and already we're back on the other side of the lunch table.
Whitlock, renowned for being a net stacker, but I'm not going to lie, if there's one person that could do it better, it might just be Calstar on the other side of the field. So I think both these teams are going to be plenty comfortable in the net. Katamak trying to find his way out now, looking for the sidewall. Wupik's going to be there to intercept, to take a shot towards goal, but Wolf and Fusion Blix both got that covered, but that slight double commit might keep them locked in their half a little bit longer. Midfield pass comes through, barely shut down by Fusion Bleach. Another shot comes through, but Calster somehow clears it wide. Wolf with the assist as well, and Fusion Bleak's now chasing down finally, like you said, getting back on this orange hat. But for how long can they keep this pressure? Maybe another chance here as they go towards the backboard, but Calster, a big misread, looking to break out of their hat, but Fusion Bleach, a well-timed challenge, will keep them here, stacking on the pressure for at least another second longer. Flip reset does get shut down. 2 minutes left in this game, Stewie, and it has been all Brainerd.
Wolf and Calster played together way back in season number 7.
Oh my!
And it's been a long time since that season, and obviously on the other side of the field at that time that took the title away from them was Fusion Bleach. Now they find all three of them together on the same roster. Three of the players who had the best season 7 you could possibly have, but that's way back in the past. Songs we're stiff in the dinosaurs.
Before my time,
before your time for sure. But since then, it's been dominated by the new group, the new bunch, that being Whitlock and Kato, the ones who have appeared on the season and have said, "All right, well, go home, back to your nursing home." Well. At least there's one goal to come back from it. Callister finds the back of the net on a pass that goes mid. Trying to claw back into this game. They're well on their way as they win the kickoff in the corner.
Yeah, this game's still definitely very close here. Just a few more of those chances, and this game's bloody competitive, but Kanamak goes low on a challenge. Just barely getting saved out by Wolf. Another midfield patch comes through. Fusion's looking for a chance on net. Big shot to the corner, but Whitlock's there to keep that one at bay, looking for the sidewall, but Whitlock's already there. Good speed, diving into the corner, but Fusion's got the clear. Kanamak already up for this to center this, and just any chance for this Brainerd team, just wasting more and more time off the clock in their end. They finally find their way back to this Brainerd corner, but a big miss comes through, and that's more seconds off the clock that are desperately needed by that St. Cloud Flyers team to keep this competitive big drop down pass, but Kanamak once again better to it. Fusion Bleach try cutting off the play, but Kanamak just calls the bluff and gets the boost, taking his time. Every single second is precious gold, and you're not gonna, win this game based off a long pressure play. You're gonna need 2 quick chances, and with only 30 seconds left, Stewie, you're gonna need one just about right now.
Yeah, and Kato obviously only played in 18 games so far this season. Whitlock's played in 49. Has quite a bit of games played. Has been there for every single week, averaging just under 400 points a game and over a goal a game. Living true, though, to the namesake of the Brainerd victory is they're going to take game number 1, and they did it pretty darn easily, as it was a 3-1 advantage. It's going to end as a 3-1 advantage, and you have to think now, what do the Flyers have to change here? Because I know they're a team that can pick it up, and they, especially on the offensive end, but more on the defensive end. All 3 players, 10 saves, game number 1, but you give up 3 goals, not a recipe for success.
Yes, I think it's all going to be starting in their corners, securing their corner boost and managing to get out with boost. The few chances that they had on the other end, the plays fizzled out so quickly, Stewie. It's because they didn't have the boost, they didn't have the second man mid ready for the pass. It was just a couple solo plays, a couple random shots on goal that were easily deflected. And then once Victory got back on the blue side, it was just constant pressure, boost steal. And anytime the Flyers did have a counterattack, it was with basically no boost. So looking to turn this one around, it's, in my opinion, gonna have to start from the corners.
Yeah, and if you start diving into the corners more, does that open up your back midfield up more? Do you run the risk there of saying, all right, well, we're gonna, I don't know what Kato's talking about. As
so those who know,
yeah, probably off the kickoff though. Wolf, beautiful shot to open up the scoring, and Wolf with a good opening kickoff from Callister, though, kind of just eats the 50, and an opening goal 3 seconds in for the Flyers. That's much better. But going back to what I was saying, do you start diving into the corners more, Zoms, and does that open up your midfield right at the boost line? Does that, start to create a gap there? Because if it does, then you have the other team, this Brainerd team, probably going to look to steal the mid boost then as a result of that space opening up. But so far, opening goal goes to the Flyers. And now I feel like this is a team that I don't want to play against when I'm down 1 goal, because 10 saves in game 1, they're more than capable of lining that net and making sure you don't have anything.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough save for Whitlock. He does go missing. Kanamak is there, but it might just be a free one-on-one. Wolf has a timely challenge. Whitlock having to stack the net, but that shot just goes barely wide, and Now another chance for Fusion Bleach, but now demoed off the play. Whitlock just bangs this ball down and looking to secure the boost, but both go missing, now giving Calster a free chance to break out of their hat. But a nice pass down to Whitlock. Doe's missing, but it's a pass, and both players committing for that shot, but it's gonna go wide. I can't quite tell if there was some interference in the play by their own teammate right there. I'm gonna have to have another look at that, but a big clear comes through, and you're gonna have to shrug that off. But now down one still in your own half. Big demo comes through again, and we've seen a couple of these, Stewie, where it looks like Flyers are about to advance a play, but they just get demoed out, resetting the play entirely for the Brainerd victory.
Yeah. And, you know, what do you change if you're Brainerd? How do you break through that back line? Well, gotta find some way of scoring an easy one. As Wolf and Fusion each have nothing in the tank, are able to 50-50 with the ball between them to keep the ball out. Calster, a ton of boost to work with. Has to get by one, does do that, and forces two to commit to him. Fusion trying to get around Kato Mac, but Kato has all of that locked down. Whitlock lining up a double. Just hit the second touch, but just drops it down wide and short. Ubik waiting on the midfield pass from Kato. Won't find anything. Fusion commits now. You see Ubik chasing a demo on Wolf, still trying to find him, hunting for blood. Ends up finding Calster as a result. But Wolf's still alive. No boost though on his backline, is tasked with a big challenge and is able to make up for it.
And that was a fantastic clear, giving his team chance to get boost and get out. Now Wolf looking for Calster, who's on the ceiling. Midfield pat for Chase, but notices a shot, but Whitlock has to save. Of course he does. Now on the other end, a big flick comes through. Katamek taking the catch for this ball. But usually Bleach has a cut, but Wolf wasn't quite ready for that. Calster was better to it. Sidewall pass, Fusion gets a big shot, but Whitlock better to it yet again. Another pass comes through. It's going to be a first-time shot. Wolf, all too easy for him to clear that one to the corner, and another big clear comes through. And right now, I mean, this is the same strategy that the Flyers were having the first game, but now that they're up one, they don't really have to commit. And I mean, Whitlock's now on the other side of this ball. Katamak trying to get some sort of play started, but right now, no sparks are forming.
Yeah, and you're chilling at this point. If you're this Flyers team, you're playing keep away. Good shot from Fusion, shut down again by Whitlock. A great save to stop that line. And again, Wolf committing into that corner. Can't really get anything to go. Fusion gonna get demoed as a result. Running through the back line. You're bound to hit somebody. Bound to find some sort of carnage on a car. And unlucky for him because he eats that demo. Kato midfield. Fusion just on the respawn makes the save. Wolf, 2v1 now. Tries to find Calster. Has help, but ball does sail wide. Kato will look midfield. No. That is a great lineup. Fusion, though, has the stop. Ubik commits into the play. Doesn't get anything. Goes whiffing by. Only gets a paint streak across the car. Wolf trying to bump Ubik off the ball. Maybe get a redirect, but 50 seconds, Soms, and they're just playing with their food at this point.
Yeah, I was starting to smell disaster when I saw Katamek going off the ceiling, but somehow keeps that out. Now Wolf for the counterattack, but Katamek is there again. Calster on the other side of the ball gets a crucial demo. Big shot comes through, but Calster not only gets the bump, but gets the save. Here comes another shot, gets Katamek, fires this one towards the backboard. Wolf is better to it. Another bump comes through. Whitlock waiting in the midfield for a pass, but Katamek can't quite find it there. Fusion Bleach has a fantastic clear. It's a tough bounce. A big pinch comes through all the way down into that Brainerd corner. Only 15 seconds now on the clock. Big miss comes out from Kato Mac. Whitlock has to cover the pieces. Ooh. A big shot comes through. It's going to be just high. Wubik into the corner. Looking to maybe make one last shot here, but it's going to be found yet again on the goal line. Wubik redirect out. Calster yet again another heavy touch to the Brainerd corner. Big pass down. It's going to find its way into the ground. Oh my goodness, just barely held up. Fusion Bleach will be able to kill that ball. Flyers securing game one with just one to their name, and it was off that first kickoff. Other than that, this game was at a standstill. Somehow making it through this game, Stewie.
Yeah.
I mean, Flyers were they just held their lead all game off that one kickoff victory. I mean, what do you do there if you're victory?
And I mean, first goal, 4:57 on the clock. This is all that was scored. 3 seconds into the game. Yeah, what do you do if you're the victor? You just can't break through that final back line. It seemed like there was one player that just had a challenge from the Flyers every single time. Only 5 saves in that game required of them, 2 from Wolf and Callister, only 1 from Fusion. Fusion, though, does lead the thing in shots. And it's, interesting for sure what happens here. But I just love this series, honestly. Just it's a group of players that I know enjoy playing against each other, love playing with each other. This, to me, Zoms, is why we play the game. It's about the love of the game, and all 6 players on this field enjoy being on the same team and enjoy, regardless of what we're playing, whether it's 2v2s, 3v3s, 1v1s. And you got to enjoy it. But Callister lines up a double in the midfield. Fusion trying to 50 Kato Mac. Can't get by him, though. Wolf with a huge clear. That's a monster off the backboard. Wolf tries to read it, ends up just giving a back pass to Brainerd. It ends up being a forward pass to Brainerd. They can't do anything with Whitlock, and Whitlock has to leave the play and decide to run away.
Maybe a chance on the other end as Whitlock rips the ball off Kato back, looking for the double tap. He's got it lined up, fires that to the top corner, and that's the goal they've been looking for the entirety of these last 6 minutes of gameplay. Whitlock just finding his way through the fray and just slamming that one home, and now you got to be looking for the Flyers here, because their only goal last game was that kickoff. They had some prime chances last game, but nothing that found its way through. Now that the victory got a lead, they got to press into their hat, but Canada's going up the ceiling, looking for a pass off the backboard. Whitlock's going to try his best to slow it down. Big 50-50 to the midfield, but Wolf is the first one to respond. Callister flying up, but his boost tank's dry. Wolf, well-timed challenge, giving Wubik a chance to take a 50-50 in the corner. Kadomak cutting this play. Half a tank of boost to play within this corner. Got a teammate midfield. Can he find the pass? Just barely. Misses out on his bump, and that ball's going to go wayward. Fusion last on defense here. Whitlock taking one less shot, and it's just placed perfectly. What do you do there?
Yeah.
Flyers now down 2.
And the ball just goes off his back corner, and it doesn't sit. Whitlock picks the top right corner, and Fusion Bleach's reaction says it all. What are you supposed to do in that instance? I mean, the ball kicks off the back of your car, then goes off of the corner wall and bounces up, and he's supposed to read a shot from Whitlock, and then they miss the backboard touch. Houston's got to read it. What are we playing at this point?
Yeah, looking like me yesterday in Challenger, but yeah. I mean, this has been a little bit of a mismatch. I mean, this is completely different from games 1 and 2. This one's looking a lot more messy, and I actually think this favors the Flyers. If they can make this game destructive, I think they're going to be able to fly through. But off the kickoff, Kadomak just goes missing. And that's a player of Kadomac's caliber is missing open nets. What is a man like me supposed to do? Double flip reset comes through, barely held out at the door. Callister just once again showing why he is so good at holding the line. Now Kadomac's going for a psycho, and why not? He actually had that lined up, I think, but it don't go. I mean, still, this is ridiculous.
This is Premier at its finest. We're going for psychos. We line it up. Wolf dunks it. Wubik gets dunked by Fusion Bleach. The game is tied for St. Cloud. I don't know what in the world we are doing at this point. Is this a random threes queue, or is it a premier match in Week 8 of the Minnesota or Midwest Championship Series? I don't know. Don't know at this point, and I never will know. This game is almost halfway done. A 2-2 ball game. Really anyone's series so far. Brainerd won game number 2. St. Cloud, or Brainerd won game number 1, excuse me. St. Cloud won game number 2, courtesy of the 1-goal win and 457 worth of defense. Because now this is a completely different game than what we've seen so far. I mean, game number 2, we went from 1 goal to 4 in that of half of a game. We've seen some peaks, some all-time valleys, some all-time lows from these teams. Will we see another peak? Probably.
Oh, a double commit.
Will we see another all-time low? Probably. But we're definitely here for it. As infield pass, Kato looking for Wubik, but Wubik had already committed to that. Whitlock's shot, just a testing one, shut down by Callister. Now this is going to 50 all the way down. It might find its way in. Kato, though, just able to get a hand out of the goal line.
This game went from very clean to very scrappy very quickly. Lots of double commits coming through. Very low boost plays as well. One misread might be, you know, the start of a collapse for a defense, but Wolf is going to have full boost in this corner, but a little bit of a pop-up for himself. All of his boost is drained, but he finds a pass out mid for Fusion. Lots of boost being drained, and Katamek on the back line almost lets that one go through. Looking for the sidewall, but instead he's cutting it in mid. Got Calster in the wings. Big 50-50 comes through. One more shot. Near post, barely saved away. This is going to be a high ball for Wubik looking for the corner. Whitlock's already there waiting. No double off the ceiling, and Fusion Bleach has the quick read. Now chasing a demo. Now looking for a midfield pass, and Wolf just goes missing. And this game has been full of, you know, open net misses, double commits, psycho attempts, you know, own saves. I mean, this game has been really, really wonky. That's a big demo, leaving Fusion Bleach in a really difficult situation, but Whitlock, that dribble wasn't quite perfect. Another open net miss, and another miss. Maybe down the other end, Fusion Bleach could not quite get enough power on it. Whitlock's going to be there, but what is happening this game, Stewie? Everything has fallen apart. That's another shot. Wolf has the save, but just barely clears to the corner.
A ton of time here for these two teams. So you have to wonder who will finally make the clearing mistake. Maybe the clear all the way down. Fusion Bleach will find it with 26 seconds. Kato's touch was not good off the backboard. Wubik and Whitlock did not stack correctly on that defensive line, and the ball goes all the way down into their net and finds the back of the net. As currently 1 goal advantage. Can they hang on, though? Is the question. Right off the kickoff, Whitlock trying to pressure. Calster, one more touch, looking for a double, maybe Zoms, but he's going to run out of boost. Looks to bump Kato off the ball. Says goodbye. Wolf has a full boost tank. Should be able to work this one out just a little bit, but ends up going right to Kato. Gets the catch. Touch. Can't get the backboard shot, though. Wubik's pass is there. Whitlock right into the heart of the defense. Is shut down and cleared. As St. Cloud will take game number 3 and they're going to series point.
I mean, there's just no way. There's just no way. Somehow finding a way through, and this match has been unbelievably back and forth. The Flyers stacking yet again another 10 saves. And Fusion Bleach, interestingly, is the only one with shots on the team, but that's all you need, as he's going 3 for 5. And the victory, so many shots were, you know, on the net, but just nothing going through. Whether it's missed open nets, a lot of opportunities for this victory team that were gone by the wayside. They got to just clean up this game because, like I said before, the messier this game gets, the Flyers smile more and more. And right now, I mean, victory need to put their foot down and really, they need to take control. They need to figure out what their problem is right now. And right now, it's just the silly mistakes. This game was theirs. Whitlock went 2 for 8. Katamek 0 for 4. Wubik 0 for 3. I mean, the shooting right now has been horrific, and if they could figure that out, I think they got themselves a excellent chance to win the series. But silly mistakes will go far, and if it's getting in your head, Stewie, they got to figure it out now.
Yeah. 2 for 8 for Whitlock, has 8 shots, ends up only scoring 2 goals, and those proved to be the 2 goals that Brainerd had. So from getting shut out to a 1-goal game, as Whitlock will catch. Looking for a bump, maybe. Kato lines up a double. Does go missing. Open net, though, for Wubik. Is able to find it. And again, Brainerd score first in this game. And that catch touch from Kato was unbelievable. Almost made it work at the end of that last game. But at the end, both shots that came through were blocked and shut down. But St. Cloud has fought tooth and nail in this series for a win, and they're looking to make it happen. But for right now, man, are they hitting the ball hard.
Yeah, right now, a lot of boomer ball coming through. This is going to be a big clear down to the corner. Wolf just slams it. Another 50-50 comes through, and this ball's just ping-pong across the field. Katamek looking to take control here, looking for the pass midfield, but it's going to be nothing but a 50-50. Big bump comes through, but Whitlock going to be the first one to respond. Into the corner. Going to be a big shot. And oh my goodness, Whitlock's placement on these shots have been nothing but perfection. Once again, just sniping that top right corner, Stewie.
And I was informed by AK. It is for the selection show at the end of this stream, it is snake draft, and Bemidji will go first. So they will get the first selection. The team after that, whichever the 2 seed, Omaha or Duluth, will get 2 selections. And then obviously it goes back to Bemidji. So we'll see what ends up happening here. But that next series coming up, big implications for who gets that 2nd seed and who gets to pick their group. But Psalms 352, a lot of time here left for St. Cloud to get 1 or 2 on the board, maybe even 3 to win the game. But man, they're going to have to shut down this Brandon offense that looks suddenly potent as ever. I mean, that shot from Whitlock out of the corner. Goodness gracious. You can't pick the corner more. Here comes Cato. Again flying into the play. Another pass mid. Wolf will be deleted. Whitlock's hunting for more. Great first touch, though, from Fusion to shut that down. Gives Calster some time. Calster's been kind of quiet in this series so far, but it's been really Fusion to step up and you know, create the chances. But Cal and Wolf on defense, man. I mean, Sam's good as ever.
Yeah, they're holding down that back line very, very well, but it's breaking out and spreading their wings on the offensive end, which has been their struggling point all series long. It's pretty much been just Fusion Bleach on the attack, but now Kato Mac looking to turn this around, and that is just excellent control. Flip reset into a perfect gluey air dribble to the top bins. I mean, you just could not have asked for a better catch and reset in. You got it. I believe that was Whitlock charging ahead as the spear point of the attack to get the demo, but fantastic stuff. And I said this before, Victory, now that they're playing a clean game, they look like they have such a tight grip on this game. I mean, it does not seem like they're letting go anytime soon. What a save from Calster, though. I mean, when they have these goal line saves, it is truly incredible. But the breaking out is the part they need to excel in right now. Right now, down by 3, they got to find more opportunities. Future Police passing this one down. Whoopik has a nice save. Wolf into the corner, securing that 100 boost, but it's a big clear once again. Katamak goes missing, but Willock's easily able to follow it up, and Calster not willing to dive. 2 demos come through, leaving, I believe that's going to be Wolf all alone on net, but with no boost and no shot, St. Cloud Flyers are going to survive temporarily.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure that Whitlock even needed to demo a player there on that play. I think Kato just actually outplayed the defender enough to just get over the top of him. But regardless, great goal to basically solidify this game 4. Unless St. Cloud can get something going, but they can't get the ball in their possession to do anything. Calster's touch going to be right to Whitlock. It's a giveaway. Skies it to the ceiling. One of the hardest reads to make as a player is a ball that's just basically straight up. You got to burn boost, and then you got to get there. And not only read if the ball's hitting the ceiling or not, and that one just kisses the ceiling, but Wolf got high enough up in the air and gives them a chance with 90 seconds left. But again, another challenge win for Brainerd.
Trying to find a Royak their corner. Wolf gets a nice clear, but it's been these big, long, booming clears all series long, and it just fizzles out typically right about here, but Fusion Bleach almost sledgehammering the defense. Gonna be another midfield chip, but Whitlock's just already up for this, able to save this down. Another clear comes through. Wolf, full boost, looking to take this low. Wubik already challenging to force them back in their corner. Wolf accidentally getting a dunk down, now having to make a beautiful save. Now into the corner, but once again, I mean, look at this excellent boost control right now. Delmont finding their way out, and now going for a psycho, almost hitting it, but a little bit too much respect from Fusion. But I mean, that's another shot that just goes wayward, and right now, honestly, this is maybe their best chance throughout the entire game, but nothing comes of it.
30 seconds to work with, but again, they just can't get control of the ball. Lupic's just going to float in front of that. Do anything to get through. As the clock ticks away, Kato gets somewhat of a challenge win, but doesn't get under anybody, doesn't get any goal scoring opportunity from it. It just goes right back to the midfield. Castor off the backboard. Wolf is there. It hits the post. And that one pretty much had to find its way through, because would have cut the lead to 2, but now it cuts the lead to 3 still, and doesn't change, but we'll see what ends up happening. 3 seconds now as this one's going to kill the ground. We are going to a game number 5, Zoms.
That was honestly really well done for Wolf to keep that up, but unfortunately they're still down 3. Victory will be taking this all the way to game 5. And look at Whitlock on top of the scoreboard, but his only accolade was 8 demos. That is pretty funny. But I mean, what control from the Brainerd victory here. Flyers need some way to make this messy again, or else this is looking really one-sided. I mean, even one of the games that they won was just off at the end of a kickoff. I'm not feeling confident for the Flyers right now. You know, I went into this series thinking they were going to be the ones pressing the attack a lot, but right now it's victory. Getting so many demos, keeping so much pressure, boost steals, just keeping control of this series, and Katomac is looking on right now. Flyers need a way to mess everything up.
Yeah. And now, I mean, you're on to the 5th game. This is really where you throw the, throw the towel away, you throw the anything that concerns your strategy. You're just looking to win one game of Rocket League, and that might mean just scoring 1 goal is really all you need. But if you're the victory, you've taken control back in this series and pushing it to the absolute limit. As game number 5 loads on, yeah, all gonna be found here. That's all right. Or we're gonna figure out who the actual winner is here, Zoms.
Yeah, and I do think this could go either way. It just, who can get that, that first step? Who can take that first step first? And oh my god, baby, off the kickoff, Katomac has a big chance here at another bump, and this has been the story all season or all series long. Just one player for the victory, running ahead, disrupting, bumping, and the second man just is perfectly positioned to put this one home. This time it's Katomac and Whitlock teaming up. Massive bump to give them an early lead, and it's been almost every game, Stewie, where there's been a goal within the first kickoff or so, but no different here in game 5. But Future Police trying to make that difference, going up the ceiling. Wubik somehow getting a touch to the corner. Bit awkward for Katomac, but still able to recover. Wolf full boost off the sidewall, looking for a flip reset, finds it. Wubik does manage to get the shutdown, but this is exactly where the Flyers need to be, pressing the attack, stealing boost. But right now, you can just see the attack fizzling out as they have absolutely no boost. The only one is Calster, using his entire boost to get a nice flip reset on target. Wubik's all that's left for the defense, but somehow holding on. This is a fantastic pressure play for the Flyers. Can they continue it? Katomac, big clear down. Fusion Bleach has to respect and take a save, but that is the plays that we need to see the Flyers taking more and more of, because those extended pressure plays is where they're going to find more and more success. They've had rarely any chances like that throughout the rest of the series.
A good demo on the back line there. Look at a beautiful touch forward. Can Kato read this? He does, drops it down, but it was Whitlock to commit. Now it's kind of an overcommit. Cal all alone fires and scores to the top left corner. As that is a rocket off of the ceiling, just reads it and then hits the tip corner of his car, and you can't save that. As the Reaper emerges and ties the game at 1 apiece. A huge momentum goal to get this St. Cloud Flyers team back into the game. Calster stepping up in game 5, trying to get any sort of chance for them. As good possession play so far. I've liked what I've seen more from St. Cloud in this 5th game.
Yeah, this could be the spark they needed to really set off the fireworks show. Calster looking to make it one more flip reset, but it's not going to be enough to get past Wubik, who has a booming clear. Fusion pops this one high over to the sidewall, but Whitlock's there waiting. Kato back with the shot, but Wolf, a fantastic diving save. An even better clear now into the midfield for Fusion Bleach, who takes the shot. It's going to be wide. Whitlock has the clear, chasing after it yet again, but missing that mid boost, giving Fusion Bleach that chance to collect and turn. Katomac on the goal line has to take a 50-50. It's going to be a messy one, which finds its way to the corner. Wolf is able to close the space, but another booming clear from Wubik will relieve a lot of this pressure. But Calster trying his best to collect it. Another shot's going to come through, but that one just barely missed its mark, and it's going to find its way to the corner. Katomac barely shut down, and Wolf has been this last line of defense for this Flyers team in Game 5.
And they're doing a great job of slowing the game down here in this corner. Huge win from Wubik in the Whitlock in the midfield. It's going to go bar down. Wolf has the save. Kato was there on the touch. Whitlock, another hit forward. That hits the ping of the cross corner. Huge first touch from Kato to himself. Shut down though by Calster. Massive challenge on the 50-50. Wolf will commit as well. Just Fusion last back. Wubik hits it underneath him, but it's not going to be a shot yet. This one will be open for Kato. and he's able to find it, and the demo rings true as Fusion just couldn't get any contact on the ball, gets removed off the field, and Calster trying to do anything he can to get back to it.
Just keeping this ball on the goal line for as long as humanly possible. That's the name of the game for Brainerd right now, and it's so far working. Still about half this game to work with if you're the Flyers. This is going to be an unfavorable kickoff. Shot comes through. Cal's able to get back. Going to be ripping this one off the sidewall. Wubik has to call himself off as he has a misread. Now Fusion chasing the demo, but Kato somehow gets around it and gets the clear. Wolf, it's a nice shot towards the bottom corner, but Wubik's going to be there. Kato starting the attack. Wubik faking. Big shot towards the top corner. Somehow Fusion Bleach has that saved. Another chip off the corner. Wolf, big clear down, but that might have been an open net that it just barely was missed out on. Hard to tell as there was not much time, but it's just on the transition out. Kato has himself another open net and he just fires down the entire length of field. Big overcommit late in game 5 here, Stewie. That might just be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, it might be the... Yeah, it might be the nail in the coffin, but a minute 39 left to go. Still plenty of time for St. Cloud to get one on the board, maybe two. Here's Calster lining up a double. Kato with a massive read, though. It goes all the way down the field. Wolf lining up one more touch. That goes off the backboard. Fusion's there. But again, this backline defense from Brainerd going to hang on for just a second. As Fusion trying to commit to anything, wins a 50-50. But again, another 50-50 win for Brainerd that goes all the way down the field.
I mean, so much time is being wasted here, Stewie. I mean, they're just taking 50s now, and now going high. Kato just gets a pop towards target. Can Whitlock secure it? Just barely up the bar. Wubik is going to have to follow, and it's going to be a completely open net. Wolf had a nice try saving it, but it's just too much net to cover. Minute left on this clock, up 3. Brainerd are looking good to secure game 5 here. And for the series, this has been pretty dominant, but I mean, going to game 5 still, there's still a chance here, Stewie. Still got a minute left to play. This is not going to be where you want to play this game, and it's going to be 5 now. Wubik, separate of these two teams. This game is all but over.
Yeah, it's a kickoff goal into essentially just a shot that goes to the back of the net. They gave it their best try. I mean, they evened up the game at 1 with plenty of time left, but I mean, that goal from Kato in the midfield was really the difference. You saw what ended up happening from it. It turned into a unfortunate demo in the back line, a miss from Fusion that no player could recover from. St. Cloud are going to lose this series in 5, and I mean, they're going to pick up some game differential, but they won't pick up any points for it. And much needed, but maybe it proves enough Psalms of, you know, hey, I don't really want to pick St. Cloud as this one's going to be 6-1, and it might be GG's. It probably is, but maybe this proves you don't want to pick St. Cloud in your group, because they have some peaks and valleys for sure.
I think both these teams are Titans, and I do think this Flyers team has it all, or has it to win it all. It just could not find it in this series. A lot of chances gone by the wayside, but when this victory team starts to get rolling and they get control, they are a titan to take down. And it is going to be interesting to see how teams develop strategies as we get closer to land here. Calster trying his last chance here, but as the last few seconds tick down, this game is all but over. GG's all around, and Stewie, that's our first series of the night. Of course it found its way to game 5, but we will close this out with one more.
Yeah, and that will be a 0-second goal to end the night. GG's indeed. Wolf with the flip reset into a 50-50. This Fusion will close it out, and that will do it. Brainerd will take game number 5 with a simple 6-2 victory that seemed all but simple, because it was a close series for sure. But you know, it's one of those things of, what do you do? Sometimes the game just gets out of hand, Zoms, and you're, you know, left wondering what in the world is going on, because it's a matter of how can we keep the game close and not let it go to that point. And they let it go to that point. And once you're down that road, there's no turning back. And you saw what happened. simple series for sure. But yeah, it turned into a heck of a game 5. I mean, right off the bat, I mean, right off the kickoff, you give a goal up, and then you're left to wonder, what you got to do. But Calster, that shot from Calster was an absolute rocket to the back of the net, and it was one that happy to say that we got to view. But you always wonder what in the world's going on defense, and I was wondering what in the world was going on defense for the Flyers in that series, because it just felt like they didn't have an answer at this point. I mean, you just saw them getting goal after goal piled on them, and yeah.
I mean, this just wasn't their game. That seemed to crumble a little bit in the later stages here, but it's just the regular season. You're gonna have Major 2 to make up for those mistakes, and I think you proved here that you have a fair shot at it, and I think your head should be held high.
For sure.
Yeah, you took the victory to 5. If you just close your eyes, you took the victory to 5. You should have plenty of confidence going in to Major 2, and I am very curious to see how this will affect people's choosing. We'll find out at the later in the night to see what people are thinking. Because honestly, I know there's a lot of doubters of this victory squad. There's a lot of people that don't rate them. Have one out. I mean, have they proven themselves yet or not? I am going to be interested to see how that all goes down. Of course, that'll be later down in the night. Take one last look at these few replays here and these highlights. But I mean, later on in the night, we still got some matches ahead of you for you, Stewie. We still got lots of Rocket League for us tonight.
Yeah, a couple more series to go, and then we have that selection show at the end. So stick around after the last series is over. Likely we'll be running the next 2 series with no casting, but that's okay. We at least get to have these people compete on stream, and so that's what we want. Is have some good Rocket League to watch and view, but. I'm going to save my voice for the selection show. Zoms, obviously, you should be able to join me after that. I wish you the best of luck in your series, your premiere debut. I will never forget mine because of the weight that it held. It was the last regular season week, and let's just say if we won, my team was in the playoffs, and if we lost, we were out, and we got Game 5 reverse swept. So,
oh no!
Yeah, so... you never forget your first ones, but we won't ever forget this next series. It is the Maulers and the Buffalo coming up in just a couple of minutes. We bid you adieu, my friends, and we'll see you when that series starts up. They'll be on the field in just a couple of minutes.
I can't seem to. Not that you're mine. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Laying on my floor, thinking about all the things that we've been through. From 24/7 to pretending like I never met you. No, it's all for the best, cause I know we're a mess every time we're together. Going out of my mind, and I wish I could lie, tell you that it gets better. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months where I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months that I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to.
Wasted, face it. You're never gonna make it. Rockstar, you won't get far. I know you're confused. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be. Wanna go to outer space, superhero in the streets. Damn, what a lie. What a time to be alive. How have I survived? Left the battlefield, 1974. I think I'm going insane. I'm feeling crazy. Can't get it out of my head. Oh no, if the devil inside takes hold, then I just might wind up dead. Wasted, face it. You're never gonna be the one. Rockstar, you won't get far. At least you had fun. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be, a king or a queen, as long as you got a dream. Oh no, it's a lie. They just wanna take your life, try to tell you it's a battlefield. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be. Wanna go to outer space, superhero in the streets. Damn, what a lie. What a time to be alive. How have I survived? Left the battlefield, 1974.
Diving in, getting let down, finding it out for myself. No one else can pull me out. Count to 10, clear my head now. Getting up, gonna go out just to see if I still know how. I can hardly feel, but I try to pretend. I put my hand on my heart just to see if I'm human. You hold your breath just to see if you can. When you've been broken, when you've been broken, could there be an answer in the hurt that set me free? More than all these empty words that brought me to my knees. And I'm broken, but I'm hoping. And I'm broken, but I'm hoping. And I'm broken. And I'm let it in, I can take it. Learn the sound of the changes. Nothing else can drown it out. Put myself in a racing, made a bet and I'll raise it, just to know that I still count. I can hardly feel, but I try to pretend. I put my hand on my heart just to see if I'm human. You hold your breath just to see if you can. When you've been broken, when you've been broken, could there be an answer in the hurt that set me free? More than all these empty words that brought me to my knees. And I'm broken, but I'm hoping. And I'm broken, but I'm hoping. And I'm broken. And I'm broken. Hardly feel, but I try to pretend. Put my hand on my heart to see if I'm human. Hold your breath to see if you can. You've been broken, you've been broken. Hardly feel, but I try to pretend. I put my hand on my heart just to see if I'm human.
Won't you come over? Dying to know where you came from. We're breaking open. Feel like our future's just begun. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I decided I'm gonna cast the last one for you guys, but I was setting up, this 4-box that we're going to need for later on, because it is the selection show. But I decided I'm going to cast the final series for you guys just because I'm nice enough to. But hey, it's going to be a fun one. Last one of the day, Rhythm and the Outlaws. I'm excited to see what happens here, but yeah, should be a good one. And I have to make sure that we obviously remind people that after this will be the group stage selection show. That, of course, including the Bemidji Lumberjacks and the Omaha Buffalo. They will select their groups after Omaha won their last series. So I'm excited to get into this one. It should be a fun one. We have the Rhythm and the Outlaws kicking off. Should be fun. And always a blast to get to watch these guys play. But game number 1 is kicking off right now. And this will obviously impact points for sure. It'll impact the standings. But I believe the Rhythm, if they do win this, they can overtake Bloomington into that 8th spot. If the Buffalo, or not the Buffalo, why am I saying the Buffalo? Not the Buffalo, it's the Outlaws. As forgot to change that. Apologies. As there you go. The Outlaws, they are looking for some much needed points, sitting at 6th place right now. If they win, they can overtake Green Bay, but if they lose to this sub-up Rhythm team, 2 challenger subs inputted into the starting lineup, and if the Rhythm can find a way to win, they will get some much needed points and keep the Outlaws out of the top 5, which they've gotten kind of on the outside looking in all season long. But Thermal, T-Jack, and Zoms, 2 challenger players, T-Jack and Zoms, subbing up. Zoms' first ever Premier Series. And him and T-Jack are off to a blazing hot start, nearly a goal there, but turned to the side. Gray Knife Fang, and as always, Cole. His name is not showing up. Don't know what. Rocket League does not like him, but at the end of the day, we work with what we got, and unfortunately, Cole has to deal with his name being not allowed. But regardless, opening goal for Gray. Gray's been a goal scorer all season long, since last season even for his teams. Cole lined up the double, hit the crossbar, and just couldn't get it to go through. And Gray, though, cleans it up. As always have to stay hydrated for sure. But got to make sure that you have water on standby, because these series can get sweaty for sure. As the excitement, always a blast. As you know, Zoms' first ever Premier Series. Gotta be nervous here, as that is the easiest goal I think the Rhythm will will ever give up, I hope. But yeah, easy goal for the Outlaws. I don't know what happened here. Seemed to be a simple miscommunication that turned into an unfortunate miss. Very unfortunate miss. As Gray rocking the brand new wheels that came out, the Cristianos that are gold. The obviously beautiful infield pass from Zoms to T-Jack. Seen that plenty of times in Challenger, played against it. Although the outlier here, kind of the one that needs to, you know, step up for his team as he makes a save and looks to get out. Maybe a flip reset, gets one touch forward, but doesn't end up getting anything from it. Dump from Zoms. Thermal's there on the follow-up, but shot will go wide. T-Jack with a touch midfield, looking to keep on pressure, but can't get the ball to go his way. Zoms gets a ton of boost off the play, but has to burn it right away. As does Thermal. Zoms a ton of boost to work with. You're going to play to his corner. Did talk to him, obviously. Got to cast the first series with him, but he has been grinding, trying to improve. And he's on a ton of hours trying to get this Rhythm Challenger team and Rhythm Premier team really now to the playoffs to the top 8, and he's doing a pretty darn good job of it. But he needs some help in this series. T-Jack and Thermal looking to light the way, play with Psalms. Thermal on the backboard, lining up a defensive play, but that one going to be turned away. Gray towards the net. Off target. Gray and Nightfang really the killers for this Outlaws team, and they're showing it. 3-0 advantage in this game has not been close. Only 30 seconds left. Time is ticking away. We are trying to get to the end of this game number 1. It's slowly been draining on and on and on as the 3-0 series score for game number 1. 3-0 for the game, excuse me, not the series score. We're not done just yet. We got probably for sure 2 more games to go, but see if this Rhythm team can get on the board. So far, they failed to do so. Nightfang towards that. That's going to be 4. And just some simple misses and some jitters, I suppose, to start off here for the Rhythm, as they just can't get anything going, can't get into their rhythm, you could say. But, yeah, simple for sure, as the Outlaws looking to take game number 1. Thermal maybe gets one off the kickoff, will not break the scoreless tie. Kansas City takes the opening game 4-0. Highlights on your screen. Apologies, I'm talking to a representative from Bemidji, trying to get them to hop in so they can make their selections. But I was told that a player would be available, and I did talk to them, and they are not available. Well, they haven't responded to me, so we'll see what ends up happening for that. But lots of time here left to go, as simple shot on the board, saved away by T-Jack. No boost really to follow up, and that's been the key so far for this Rhythm team. All over each other, without boost, with boost, dunks on the back line. Cole scores the opening goal in game 2, and it is continuing to be only the Outlaws finding the back of the net. Another one off the backboard. This time, Thermal, though, has the save and has the clear, wins the 50. It's going to go back into the Rhythm half for a second. T-Jack trying to play around Gray. Thermal had the shot, but Nightfang committed along with Gray to shut that down, and they do end up getting the stop from it. Nightfang into the corner. Psalms towards net is going to finally score a goal, and we'll tie the game, as a weak shot, but the bump came out from T-Jack. He landed on top of Gray and just didn't allow him to save it. And it went over the top of his head. .345 left to go. Drop down pass from Cole the Night Fang, but a huge save comes out. Double demo, Thermal and T-Jack respawning. Gray, flip reset, drops it, leaves it for Cole. And Kansas City just continue their scoring run. As even when the Rhythm get one back, Kansas City will not let up, and they get two back to take the lead right away. As yeah, it doesn't take much for some of these teams to just score goals. They're pretty darn good at just lighting the lamp all on their own, whether it's passing, whether it's shooting, whether it's making the plays happen as they see fit. But it is always interesting to watch some of these teams pass the ball because one of them can move it really, really well between each other, especially in between the boosts in the midfield. Really the prime position to find an open teammate. But I always wonder what would be different about this game if there wasn't as many large boost pads. Would teams be a lot less aggressive? It's something I've always thought of is what if the middle boost didn't exist? If you had just the corners. How that would change how Rocket League is played is beyond me and beyond my pay grade, but it's something to think about. It's always a question mark for sure. As it stands right now, Kansas City trying to make it 3. Huge save from Zoms. Able to turn that to the side. Cole looking midfield, drops it down, finds Night Fang. Shot again, stopped by Zoms. T-Jack has the clear to the side. As Thermal, the 50-50, will win it, gets the clear out. Zoms is up. Zoms towards net, off the backboard. Thermal's there for the shot. He tries to hit it into the upper 90. Does get enough on it, but is eventually saved and turned away by Gray and Night Fang that combine. Zoms to Thermal, to T-Jack, to the back of the net. That is a team play from the Rochester Rhythm. They're not even on the same team, actually, but they actually are because they're on the same franchise. A heck of a job by them. Thermal will actually make this 3-2. As just beats the last man. 1:01 seconds now. A little bit of time left for Kansas City, but they've given up some interesting goals in this series so far, and that one is probably going to be one they want back. Cole trying to figure out the last man, flicks to the backboard. Night Fang and Gray commit. As Gray's able to get back in time, double off the sidewall for Zoms, drops it down, T-Jack's there, and what in the world is that? It pings off of Zoms' double, off the sidewall, and redirects to T-Jack. How in the world does that even go in? What? Some of this stuff you just can't make up. It's just absolutely insane. So that will be a 4-2 goal advantage now. 42 seconds left. The Rhythm up as Night Fang leads the demolition for Cole, and that's going to be 4-3. Not really a nice goal you want to give up if you are the rhythm, because now it puts a wrench in things of we were up by 2, now we're up by 1. As this will be interesting for sure. Night Fang off the backboard. Tries to find Gray, but Gray leaves it for Cole. Night Fang lining up one more touch, cleared away by T-Jack. Cole towards the sidewall. Thermal trying to get around Gray, but can't do it. 15 seconds now. Cole shut down. Gray challenged again by T-Jack. This time he gets out and gets the flip and gets forward. Gains a little bit of space. Thermal is dunked, but ends up sticking with the ball. Just in time, Zoms has the clear. That will be game number 2. And Rochester will not be swept. As they're going to win game number 2 in a 4-3 advantage. This game number 3 will be loading up right now. We're zooming into it. And speed is the name of the game, my friends. As loading into game number 3. And these two teams locked in a duel for the lead in this series at 1 apiece. And the last game, Rochester showed resilience. Got a bunch of goals on the board. 4 after being shut out in the first game. Losing 4-0. Kansas City falls flat on their face after basically taking it to the rhythm the whole part of this series. But, I mean, hey, sometimes you get too overconfident and then your luck runs out. That's exactly what happened there. Rhythm stepped up, took the game, even the series up. Can they somehow create an upset here? I don't think so, but, hey, it's always worth a try. Soms with a good catch, gets the double into the corner. Shut down by Gray. That one gonna go off the backboard. Night Fang has the clear. Gray with a redirect. That's on target. That's awkward to deal with. T-Jack, and Thermal combine to make that clear and make the play happen. And it's kind of an odd play that turned into a downfield shot. And this one lobbed up for Night Fang. Thermal right on the case. Wants to see none of that. As he'll get Night Fang off the field for a second. Bump him down to his half. Soms off the backboard. The good read. T-Jack popping it up to his longtime teammate in Zoms. Obviously won season 9 of Rising Star together. Made their way into Challenger this season and have continued to improve. T-Jack back in his improvement arc and has continued to step up for his team in this series. Good bump. Someone's off the sidewall. Isn't the greatest touch? Yeah, and he knows it. Someone's going to go backwards. Throws up a sorry in chat. My bad. Didn't mean to hit it sideways. Sometimes I don't think we all plan to hit it sideways, but sometimes it ends up happening. That's just kind of how she goes. But what can you do, right? Night Fang. Shut down again by T-Jack. Good challenge by T-Jack to keep Night Fang at bay. And always talk about pre-jumps at every level. It's important to make sure you, excuse me, have your head aware of pre-jumpers and attackers that are coming towards you, because most of them are happily willing to take the ball off your car. As that one's going to go off the backboard. Redirect from Cole goes across the net. Zoms removes the last defender. Looks to clear another one off the field. T-Jack off the sidewall. Sticks with it. Doesn't end up getting anything for his effort. And now you wonder, can the Rhythm get one on the board here and possibly win this game and upset this series so far? All I gotta do is find one, and maybe this is the chance. T-Jack fakes out Cole. Thermal tries to bump Night Fang. Zoms towards the corner. Cole's awkward. Has the help, though, of Gray. Thermal ends up giving it to Cole. T-Jack off the sidewall. What can Thermal get done here? To himself. Reset. Forward. Off the backboard. Zom's committed, but he gets 2 defenders to go, and I'd say that's not the worst thing in the world because T-Jack beats 2 players now, and Nightfang last back gets 1 forward to himself. Shut down by T-Jack. Great drop down to Zoms. The clear comes out. Thermal was trying to bump Gray. So far, the Rhythm have had some really good plays put together. That last one was clean and concise and definitely what they want to do. T-Jack and Zoms know how to move the ball between each other. Zoms to Thermal. Shut down again by Cole. Off the side, Gray hits it forward. Zoms is there to clear, but gives it right back to Cole. 40 seconds now. Nobody's found a score here in this 3rd game. Middle game in the series. Winner goes on to match point and moves us 1 step closer to the selection show. Thermal lining up a double. Gray again on the case. He and Nightfang have been tasked with a ton of defensive stops here, and they've stepped up in every which way to shut down Rochester's chances. 15 seconds now. We're looking towards overtime. A little bit of shenanigans at the end. Close chance for Nightfang, but didn't get anything really on that double. Thermal off the sidewall gets the dunk. It's going to go off the backboard. Gray again on the clear. T-Jack, though, this time meets it in the midfield. Thermal is at the challenge right away. Zoms last back gets the clear and gets around Cole. Nightfang plays around him. Nightfang dunked by T-Jack. T-Jack lining up a double. It's off the backboard. Thermal has the touch, trying to chase the demo on Gray here, get him off the field, ends up dunking him. And into that corner, here comes Nightfang. Long clear down the field. T-Jack has the read. Nightfang has the dunk, but it's wide. As Gray towards net, shut down, saved by T-Jack and Zoms. They combine, double from T-Jack. Goes all the way down the field and eats up some more time in this overtime. As Zoms just puts a testing shot. A little awkward for Cole. T-Jack trying to get it under him. Nightfang shut down that shot from Thermal. And again, the heroes for Kansas City on defense. It's just keeping them alive long enough in this overtime as a demo comes out from Thermal. That one is a dunk. It's going to go all the way back, but Thermal's there. It wasn't on anyways, but Thermal has no help now on the offensive end. Has to do it all himself. Tries for a bump on Gray and almost gets it. T-Jack towards the backboard. Zoms is there, crashing the net. You throw all your wrenches in, and sometimes you can get caught. That time they don't, but man, it can get nerve-wracking really quickly. Zoms off the sidewall. Trying to play to himself, but doesn't really get anything to work. Doesn't get anything to go. Could that be the difference maker here? Can Zoms or T-Jack find some sort of play like they did to open the scoring and or to get the lead in that last game? Nightfang looking infield, finds Cole. The 50-50 though is saved away. And you can see the tension is huge. It's palpable for these two teams. I mean, if you're Kansas City, you don't want to give up a series to 2 subs. It's not a good thing. Nightfang redirect. Saved by Thermal. Another stop by Thermal. T-Jack commits. Beat by Gray. Thermal again. Turns it to the side. Gray off the side. Finds Cole. Again shut down by Thermal. T-Jack and Zoms run into each other. Now it's a little hairy. Nightfang has boost and a shot. Another save from Rochester. Thermal. Another stop. This time he can't stop it though, as it's going to drop down. Game number 3 ends with 1 goal from Gray off the backboard fake from Cole. That's all it took. As you see that goal, I thought Thermal maybe had it, but Yeah, the reaction from Zom says it all. So close. Probably should have won that game, but we go to game number 4. And this is really where things get a little hairy, as it is excitement in the balance. Tension rising. Who will come home with this series win? It's a 2-1 series advantage for the Outlaws. As game number 4 loading on up. Here we go. Can we write a game 5 script, or will they end in 4 with an Outlaws win? I'm not sure, but if the Rhythm play anything like they did in that last game, they definitely have a chance. Right, Fang gets 2 to commit to him. Ends up not really getting anything for them. First 30 seconds down. T-Jack commits. Thing on the catch, finds Gray midfield. Gray with a good catch to 50-50, though. Again, shut down. Thermal has been the defender to get by. If you can get by him, you probably get by the last two, unfortunately, for this Rochester team. Relied on Thermal a ton here, as he's made a bunch of key stops in their backline to really keep these games close. Now he gets over 1, tries to, but Cole shuts it down immediately. Zoms to himself, flip reset. Shut down by Night Fang. And you see how things can change very, very quickly here in this series. Always an interesting, way to play are some of these teams. They mechanics. Everybody is so mechanically gifted, and that is a beautiful shot from Gray. Gets the first touch. Just keeps it together to himself. Gets by Zoms. Easy goal. Gray trying to press the issue forward. T-Jack tries to get the dunk, but didn't get anything to go. Right into that corner, shut down by Thermal. Cole towards the sidewall. Night Fang has it. Has the 50-50 and has the clear. Just Zom's last back. Does end up getting bumped into that midfield. Can't get it to work. Gets a dunk off the side corner. It's going to go all the way down the field. Night Fang has the read. Thermal towards the midfield. There's T-Jack. He's there, but he's demoed. See you later. Night Fang says bye-bye. And Gray clears it down the field. Huge demo in the midfield and an open net. And that cannot happen. Thermal trying to get his team back in the game. They're down by 2 now. Can't really get anything to work. Goes off the side corner. Gray is there. Having a huge game number 4. Zoms looking for a psycho. Almost actually got a touch on it, but ended up not being the touch that he needed. What will end up happening here at the end of this game? Gray trying to get under a flip reset, but can't get it done. Night Fang last back, gets over 1, gets around 2, gets to himself, finds Cole. It's the backboard, it goes wide. 2v1 now, Thermal and Zoms on Gray. T-Jack with the clear down the field. That one all the way in. Rochester has life. They cut the lead in half at 1. As they just get that third man to commit. And are able to get a goal out of it. Will be huge for them if they can possibly force a game 5 here and win this series. I don't know how they could do it, but I think I have a little bit of enough faith, you know. But Thermal will hit that one forward. Looks for a demo. It's up to that corner. T-Jack gets Gray to give away the ball. Zomza and Thermal both up for that. As the clear from Night Fang comes out, T-Jack has the rip off the backboard. Thermal will get the 50 to Zoms. What can he do? Gets a pinch. Goes off the backboard. Got a lot on it, but didn't end up getting anything from it. But a heck of a nice pinch from Zoms. That was ripped. Gray looking for a dunk. It goes straight to the ceiling. T-Jack has the read. Cole will commit into the corner. Gets Thermal to go as well. Burn a lot of his boost. T-Jack is there on the catch. Gets around 1. See, he's got nothing in his boost tank. Zoms doesn't have a ton either. Night Fang into that corner has the boost. And has the clear. Not a ton of boost here for Kansas City to work with. None of them really have a ton besides Night Fang. He just picks up 100 and looks to kill the clock and is well on his way to doing that. Thermal, huge miss. Zoms does not have a ton of boost here to work with. The 50-50 goes across. T-Jack collects. What will end up happening here at the end of this game? Can we get any last-second heroics from the rhythm? Zoms, 50-50 win. It goes to Thermal! With 1 second left on their last breath, they somehow tie the game as Thermal gets the equalizer with 1 second left, and I kind of spoke it into existence. I feel a little bit bad because it might have been my fault, but I don't think it was. I'm not going to take the blame for it. Maybe we get to game 5 as we have overtime. Tom's looking for a demo off kickoff. Kind of create some chaos and some havoc here. 14 seconds to go. Thermal off that backboard. Cole goes missing. Nerves start to creep in here. Thermal towards the midfield. Zoms commits. T-Jack baits in Night Fang's challenge, but eats a demo as a result. Thermal dunked by Cole. Cole no boost. Dunked by T-Jack. Return serve for Gray. Has the aerial. Gets over the top of Thermal. Saves the series. And saves the game. So he just scrambles back in time. T-Jack gets Gray to get off the sidewall. Night Fang to win the game and win the series. And that is what he will do. Chi-Chi's all around. Was a great series. As Kansas City takes this one in 4. Rochester gave it all they had. But just fell short. As 7 shots from Gray, really the step-up performance from Gray. Every statistical category he populates, excuse me. It's always a blast to see players do that. But an intricate series indeed for these two teams. But funny enough, the person who just ended his series gets to join me now. Mr. Zoms, how are you, my friend? Unfortunate loss. I mean, you guys tied the game late, but weren't able to get to that 5th game. But hey, you gave us a nice, good opportunity. But that shot from Night Fang at the end was just too good. As last series of the day is over, and I'm going to take a look back at it for just a couple of minutes. It was not a short one, to be honest. I mean, that long overtime ended up making it a longer series than probably it should have been. But, hey, I mean, you got to commend the the rhythm for really giving a pretty good fight to a team that has been close to the top 5 and or in the top 5 all season, the Kansas City Outlaws. So, if you're the if you're the Rhythm, you're not disappointed totally with how you played. You feel like you could have maybe played a little bit better in some aspects, especially this first game. I mean, 4-0 and disappointing for sure, but yeah, exciting to see. As yeah, you guys gave it your best shot indeed. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you still.
No big deal. Shake that off my get it off my chest. Had to had a fair shot. Had a good game here and there. Brought it back, but we could not get ourselves to game 5, unfortunately. Share screen. I don't exactly know what's going on quite right now.
I can indeed. We're
I just hopped in, but should be exciting. Now we
Yeah.
get to go over some picks.
yeah, we do. We do indeed.
And now everything I believe is cemented as well. I think all the games have been played. I believe. I don't think anything was rescheduled today. So teams should be ready to take their picks. Let's see. I'm going to be interested to see how this goes down.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm interested to see if people want the easy, quote unquote easy pickings, the lower teams, or if they just want to try making a quote unquote bracket of death and knocking out maybe one of these higher teams. Because if you make it through groups, you're almost guaranteed to qualify. Some of these teams have already qualified, so it's going to be interesting to see.
No, for sure. Working on getting updated standings for a second here, Zums, but I want to know what your thoughts were on that series. Do you feel like you guys played do you feel like you guys played up to your potential, or did you feel like you disappointed?
I'm definitely not disappointed. I know the type of player I am. I know my limitations. I don't think we played that bad. I think we definitely could have stopped the bleeding a bit more in game 1. But
Yeah.
at some point in game 1, we just knew we lost. We just had to go into the next one. We just tried our best to get our footing. I wish we tried some more kickoff strats. We were pretty stale there. But without really any warning, we literally had about 5 minutes. We had one ranked game before we hopped into that series, so no real warm up. We played all right though. I'm happy with how
I
it all
think
went
you guys
down.
played pretty well, to be honest. Thermal was very active, very
Yeah.
active. Very awake on the field, but and it is one of those things where I think all three of you played pretty well, to be honest. That goal in game 2, whatever that was, the
Oh my goodness.
the 50-50 double off the sidewall that somehow finds its way to TJX scoring in the midfield. I have no idea how that ended up making its way in, but
I was yelling a little bit. I was doing the head pats. I was pretty happy with that. That might have been my peak, but we got it done that game. It was all fun. But here are the points on your screen.
final standings.
Final standings. So these are all locked in now. A lot of teams obviously still need to make that push. Rochester Rhythm, unfortunately, I couldn't get the job done right here, but Des Moines Derecho also right down there, looking to push out of those bottom two. You do not want to be left in the dust. That is basically all you need to do. You just don't be last, and
Yeah, don't get
you are
last.
just about there.
Yeah, no,
Um,
for sure. But yeah, we're obviously we'll have the group stage selection show very, very shortly. Have to get the guys in here and get them ready to make their picks. But here are the groups: Bemidji in Group A and Omaha in Group B, 1 and 2, and always an interesting group for sure. Always interesting group stage for sure, but I don't know what I'm saying. But available teams you see on the bottom, you got the Knights, Maulers, Superiors, Outlaws, Derecho Flyers, Victory, and the Rhythm. And, whoever wants them. But, yeah, I'm just excited to see what happens here, Zums, because these people can pick anybody. They can pick whoever they want. And,
I think it's gonna be fun. We're
I
gonna
think
see
it's
maybe a
gonna
little
be
bit of
fun,
drama. Teams in a way you're saying I think you're the worst. So it's gonna be a little bit fun. It's in a way a little bit of just you're calling out teams a little bit and putting them in your group. It's gonna be exciting to see when we get into this. So not too much farther away from that. Are we getting the captains from both teams? Is that we're getting those two in there?
That's our plan. I have to see who is available. I know we have a player for Omaha is for sure going to be here. I do have to get in contact with Bemidji. I was not able to do that as of yet. So,
Okay. Cool.
Still have to talk to those guys and make sure that they're going to be good to go. But yeah, it should be fairly straightforward. Yeah, I'm just excited to see what happens here. Obviously, you and I are going to appear here on the screen, but yeah, we'll have that for you guys in simply just a bit. So we're going to throw it to a quick break.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say, baby, before you walk away. No, I'm in the war, I'm in the race, chasing the time. I've been meaning to find a way to face that I'm out in the waters every day, trying to keep my head up off the waves, staying alive. And I don't mean to be the guy that wanna push it to the side, and all the line and not the lie, you know. So when I leave your shit on red and you're running cycles in your head, baby, I'm just trying to stay ahead. Ooh, just stay alive. I'm not saying you die, you go. But it's something you got to know. Stay alive. It's just something you got to know. Now lately we popping on the edge, and I'm gonna regret some things I said. I don't want you to leave, so stay instead, and I'll pay the price. In the morning we'll both be good and gone, and the world will continue moving on. But I swear that there ain't no other one, just staying alive. And I don't mean to be the guy that wanna push it to the side, and all the line and not the lie.
shit. Yeah, you check for my vitals, think I need revival. Broken down and fading, my heart keeps breaking.
Gotta be the stronger for the survivors. Looking up for love in a little bit of darkness. Hold each other up when we're falling down. Never give it up because we are the fighters. Gotta be the stronger for the survivors. Looking up for love in a little bit of darkness. Hold each other up when we're falling down. Never give it up because we are the fighters.
Photo of you in my mind, on the table under lights. There's no one here but you and I. This neon town is yours and mine. And I said, hey, Carissa.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment everybody has been waiting for, the group selections for Premier. This is something that Premier gets to do because they are, let's just say, special like that. They only have 10 teams, so it's exciting to see what ends up happening. We are joined, me and Zoms are on the top of your screen. We're joined by Volt Destroyer, a representative from Omaha. Obviously,
Hello.
Played his series and won today, so congratulations to Volt. As you guys
Thank you.
took the victory earlier today over Bloomington, securing the number 2 seed as a result from it. Now, because you guys won that series and got the number 2 seed, you are able to go to the selection process, which originally was Duluth who were going to do this, but instead, you guys overtook them and took the spot. So congratulations for that. Zoms,
Good stuff.
we're about ready. Yeah, good stuff indeed. We're about ready to get into this, and I'm excited for it because we get to pick the groups live and do it. We'll do it live.
Woohoo! And these are the teams you get to choose from. So we got Group A, and it's going to be a snake style. So Bemidji Lumberjacks over here in Group A are going to get the first pick, picking whoever they want out of those teams below. And then Omaha, we're going to flip over to them. They're going to get to pick the next 2 teams that they want to fight against or play against in their group. Then we're going to hop back over to Group A. They're going to get the next 2. Group B will finish out their group with their last 2 picks, and then Group A will finish it out with whatever team is left. Should be pretty straightforward once we get going. So, without further ado, Stewie, I think I went over everything.
Yeah, 1, 2, 2,
we're just
1.
gonna be-
That's all you really need to know.
Cool.
But yeah, should be exciting here. All right. So with that being said, we have the first selection going to the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Now they sent me their info of what they want to do, who they would like to put in their group. Their first selection is the Des Moines derecho, which is expected because they are the lowest seed and the number 10 currently in the league. So with that being said, the first selection for group number A, going with Bemidji, is the Des Moines derecho.
Yeah, that's kind of to be expected.
Yeah.
Coming out from
Not
Group A, that's the team that they just have not been able to click all season long. Bemidji probably just licking their lips, trying to prey on the weak. So it's going to be up to Des Moines to prove them wrong. Now we're bouncing over to Omaha, who are going to get the back-to-back picks, and we got Volt Destroyer on the call with us.
Yep.
So have you
Indeed.
come to a decision with your team? Do you know who the two teams you're looking at?
Yes, we are looking at Bloomington Maulers and Green Bay Knights.
They want all the smoke, especially if this Bloomington team picks up a player to replace their newly departed. Likewise, but they want the Green Bay Knights and they want Bloomington Maulers. Obviously, both teams they have beaten this season, so I can see why you would want to do that. And
there's reason to believe that having a new player join this late could be a problem.
No, for sure.
You never know.
Exactly. It could be an issue for sure for them. But yeah, I mean, it could be one of those things where a team, picks up a player and all of a sudden they become a super team. But Green Bay and Bloomington will join your group in Group B. Kind of a group of death starting to occur. I do have the next couple of picks for Group A for Bemidji. The first one being the Kansas City Outlaws. They were number 3 on their list. Des Moines was number 1. Green Bay was number 2. So Des Moines will join Kansas City and Green Bay or Kansas City and Bemidji, in Group A. And Kansas City will join them. But their next selection after that, believe it or not, is the Brainerd Victory. As you guys have already selected Bloomington and Omaha, you guys are obviously picking Volt. So Brainerd will join group number A with the Bemidji Lumberjacks. As those are those two picks. And exciting for sure to see the groups kind of form. And I like this process because it's always fun to kind of pick your groups and see what ends up happening rather than relying on any tiebreakers. But only 3 teams remain, and they have to find their slots. St. Cloud and Rochester. Duluth, obviously, I think they're going to go last considering they're the 3 seed. I would hope so. But Volt, you have 2 picks here. And depending on what you do will be the selection. So, yeah, will we see the former number 1 and 2 seeds in the same group?
So for our next 2 picks, we are picking St. Cloud Flyers and Rochester Rhythm.
Yeah, which is expected.
Yeah.
I would not want to pick Duluth in this scenario, but Duluth did just sweep Bemidji this past week in their series that they played off stream. So
yeah, we believe Duluth is one of the toughest teams out there.
Yeah,
right now,
which is expected.
They're one of the toughest teams to beat in this league.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my goodness.
But these are the groups that formed. I feel like Group B is actually, I think about it a little bit more of a group of death. But hey, anything could happen. But Group A is pretty good too.
That's not what we thought.
Well, we'll see what ends up happening, but
We'll see.
No available teams remaining. These are the groups for the premier group stage. I'll go ahead and just export it now for you guys. But yeah, it's simple enough. Simple and straightforward. As I do have the group stage, I believe, ready. And we can take a look at this. As nothing's going to change. It's literally just going to be a different look. But Bemidji and Des Moines, Kansas City and Victory, and the Superiors in Group A. Omaha, Bloomington, Green Bay, St. Cloud, and Rochester in Group B. As groups are set, standings are done. And pretty straightforward process. Went by pretty darn slick. And yeah, always exciting to see. But Volt, appreciate you being here, my friend, making your selections. Are you happy with your picks? Do you feel like you guys got what you wanted?
Yes, we did. Okay, Bloomington was our first pick for sure.
That's good.
So, we're happy we got that at least.
Exactly. And have you guys beaten every team that's in your group?
Fluffy, I forgot we lost to Rochester, I think, but Fluffy said we lost to Rochester.
Okay.
I don't remember. But
well,
yeah.
One team out of your entire group beat you, so I'd have to be pretty confident in that. I would be pretty
Well,
confident.
and
but-
Lumberjacks, obviously, they beat us too.
Ah,
no
gotcha.
doubt.
Gotcha. But, you know, you're not going to meet them till the top 6, but top 3 from each group advance. These are best of 5 matches, so you're going to play everybody once on Volt, and I bid you good luck, my friend. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. Appreciate it, and we're going to end it. Have a good rest of your day, rest of your Saturday, and we'll see you for Major 2 next week.
Higher than before. You take me to a fourth dimension. Left me wanting more. I don't want this to end yet. Higher than before. You take me to a fourth dimension. Left me wanting more. Higher than before. You take me to a fourth dimension.
I'm stuck inside